Honorable Prime Minister addressing the Platinum Jubilee celebrations of the cooperative movement in India organized by the National Cooperative Union of India at New Delhi said, I am glad to be with you on this occasion to mark the completion of the 3/4 of a century of the service of the cooperative movement. Great and selfless men have been connected with this movement. Since its modest beginnings, it has grown to impressive size of 3.5 lakh societies with a membership of 800 million is no small achievement. There are different forms of cooperatives and not all of them involve or affect their members in the same way. In urban area, a cooperative store is one of many outlets open to a citizen for needs. This complex has been named after my father, and he was a staunch believer in the cooperative movement. To him, it represents not just another form of organizing economic activities, but a whole attitude of participatory citizenship in democracy. In his words, the whole concept of a national stage and national freedom rests on the cooperative endeavor of individuals who live in the state to maintain its freedom and achieve its prosperity. He strongly believed that cooperative could mitigate the private sector's greed and exploitativeness and the public sector's callousness and bureaucratism. That's why he enthusiastically encouraged this third sector. Our 5-year plans have consistently accorded special importance to cooperative, highlighting their potential in rural regeneration. I need not remind this gathering that my father's championship of cooperation earned him powerful foes who have not forgotten him to this day. Although many still believe that profit is a divine right, even ostensibly capitalist nations have a large proportion of economic activity in the state or cooperative sector. The role of cooperatives in American and Japanese agriculture is well known. The underlying principle of cooperative is faith in the human being, in man's capacity to build and to share. In fostering cooperatives, we hope that the movement will promote people's organizing and administering abilities and serve as a nursery of self-government. That is why in our philosophy of democratic government, we have linked cooperatives with Panchayati Raj institutions. Some success has turned into failures when the original impulse has waned and individuals and groups have captured institutions to exercise power or utilize their resources for their own purposes. The failures are more frequent when there is no community involvement and when institutions are organized primarily with departmental efforts to fulfill targets. The lack of managerial ability members and the tendency to function in cliques and factions have been the principal reasons for our cooperatives not working as well as they should. Another shortcoming is the rich are taking advantage of the movement and obstructing help to the poor. When there is gross mismanagement and social objectives are not fulfilled, the people expect government to correct the situation. Hence, the legislation to regulate and intervene in cooperative societies. These provisions may have some restrictive influences. Your union has been pointing out to the proliferation of laws in regard to cooperatives and the need for rationalization. Some work has begun on this and it should be carried forward expeditiously by all concerned. Cooperatives should be run on modern commercial principles. However, they should think not merely of the return to their own members but of benefit to the entire community. Cooperative organization should also consider future investments demanded by technological changes. It is because many of our private industrialists have failed to do this and we are burdened with sick mills. The prospects of successful cooperation, which have turned themselves into grossly stupid commercial enterprises, is a depressing one. At the same time, many cooperatives have established schools and colleges which have benefited the larger community. Cooperatives should become disseminators of managerial and technological talent. This is where education and training are invaluable. The National Cooperative Union and other similar institutions should have a well designed outgoing program to spread the ideals of the movement, and emphasis should be on practice rather than percept. People must be exposed to the enormous benefits that can flow to an era from cooperative endeavor. Every cooperative society which does good work should be encouraged and its efforts publicized. Leaders of the cooperative movement should be trained not to be static or power centered. They must make a conscious effort to involve the weaker sections, like the dispersal of technology and organizational skill. Continuous transfer of power should be the aim of the cooperative movement.